Hi everybody, it's Louis here today with another episode of Musical Musings where we're talking about my favorite composer, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Today I want to talk about a couple of aspects of the symphony, including sort of what Mozart's life was like during its creation. In the summer of 1788, Mozart had lots of difficulties, in fact, in terms of securing money. And at the same time, he and Constanza lost their daughter who had been born just a few months before in December of 1787. So a really, really difficult time in so many ways. And from that time, Mozart writes the last three symphonies. Today we're looking at the final symphony of Mozart, Symphony number 41, the so-called Jupiter Symphony. It is such a triumphant piece. It's amazing to think of Mozart being able to write such exalted music at a time of such sorrow. Even though this piece is thought of to be the summation of the classical style, I don't want people to think that there's not really cool and quirky and interesting things that happen in it that look towards the future as well. In the first movement and in the fourth movement, there are moments of incredible harmonic tension, quirky, weird things that are going on, which are incredibly unsettling. For example, in the first movement development section, there comes a point where the music almost sort of unroots itself and every chord is a different harmony and they're all so unsettling. Similarly, in the recapitulation of the fourth movement, which we're going to talk about in a bit, another incredible harmonic sequence happens with these incredible suspensions. One can imagine what the listeners, the first time they heard this, thought. They must have been completely flummoxed by what they were hearing. It must have been astounding. Now, all of this is incredible and wonderful and exciting, but the main event of this symphony is the last movement, where Mozart takes all the components of sonata form, the first theme, the transition themes, the second theme, other themes, and he puts all of them in quintuple invertible counterpoint. What does that mean, quintuple invertible counterpoint? It sounds like something for an accountant. What it means is that Mozart is able to take all of these individual themes, which have been shown to us linearly, and put them one on top of one another so that they all can sound together at the same time. It's an incredible achievement of the human mind. Music is the only language in which we can hear multiple different ideas at the same time and can make sense of them. Component number one, the very first theme. Component number two, the closing of the first theme. The third component is part of the transition music going to the second theme. So Mozart starts the first theme and then we hear a new idea. The fourth and fifth components are actually the second theme, which is in and of itself a composite melody. So we have the first part of it, which is ya da 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 dum bum. But after that first part of yum bum bum, another voice comes in, bum 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 bum. So let's listen to that. Just grazed the tip of the iceberg of what makes this piece amazing. Go and listen to it, go experience it live, feel the energy of Mozart's final symphonic masterpiece.